Hello, it's Pastor Brian, and I'm back with you for our video Bible study in the book of Philippians, Paul's letter to the house churches of the city of Philippi, just north of what we think of today as modern-day Greece. And you'll recall that when we left off, we were almost finished with the second chapter of Philippians. And Paul has talked about Timothy, his protege, and now he talks about Epaphroditus. He says, now he's writing from jail, and he's writing from far away. Scholars aren't sure exactly which city he is writing the Philippians from, but he's writing from far away. And he writes this, I think it necessary, this is verse 25, I think it necessary to send to you Epaphroditus, my brother and co-worker and fellow soldier, your messenger and minister to my need. You see, for Paul, theology isn't abstract. Theology is meant to be lived. It's in the nitty-gritty. It's in the relationships we have with one another. And that pertains just as much to this time of social distancing. When we're relying on technology, we're relying on phone calls, we're relying on email and texts, just as much as it did in the first century when Paul was writing this. For Paul and for us as Christians, it's about theology that is lived, our belief in God, our faith in God, in Jesus Christ that is lived out. And so he speaks warmly of Epaphroditus, my brother, he says, and co-worker and fellow soldier, your messenger and minister to my need. You see, the Philippians had sent Epaphroditus to Paul to help him out. And we read in verse 26, for he has been longing for all of you and has been distressed because you heard that he was ill. He was indeed so ill that he nearly died. There's this heartbeat of faith, this heartbeat of being a Christian community. But God had mercy on him, and not only on him, but on me also, so that I would not have one sorrow after another. I am the more eager to send him, therefore, in order that you may rejoice at seeing him again, and that I may be less anxious. Welcome him then in the Lord. And isn't that a great way to think of all of our interactions? Welcome one another in the Lord, in Christ, in the grace, the infinite love of God for us. Whether it be a neighbor, whether it be a fellow brother or sister in Christ in church, whether it be a member of your family, whether it be a stranger, and whether it be social distancing and on technology, but we seek to welcome one another in Christ, no matter how different we may be from each other. And this is a word that we must keep in mind in these days of such polarization in our land. Welcome him then in the Lord with all joy and honor such people, because Epaphroditus came close to death for the work of Christ, risking his life to make up for those services that you could not give me. I was thinking about this a little bit. Here we're at the end of the summer. We're about to launch into the fall at Centennial United Methodist Church with our campuses in Roseville and St. Anthony Park. Pastor Whitney and Pastor and I have been finishing up our book discussions on white fragility, on anti-racism for the summer, and we're looking with others to launch new book discussions on social justice, on racial justice, which is so crucial if we're going to be Jesus people, if we're going to be the church that shines the light of Jesus Christ. That means all God's children. That means those of us who are white, that means our black brothers and sisters, that means all of our brothers and sisters and siblings and neighbors and friends of color. We're called to be the light of Jesus. And so I invite you to think about joining us for one of the new small groups that you can find on our website. I invite you to join us for our joint worship service next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, September 13th. It's a joint worship service between the St. Anthony Park campus and the Roseville campus worship teams. Pastor Whitney and I are going to be doing a dialogue sermon. I can't wait to do that with her. It's been a while since we've been able to do this together. And I hope that you'll invite friends. I hope that you'll take part. Also, please know that our youth activities for senior highs and junior highs, including confirmation, and our adult activities, many of them are online. So check out our website. Check out the Centennial News, the e-news as we call it, for more information so that you can jump in starting this Welcome Sunday, September 13th, and this fall. You know, you and I have the chance to write our names into the letter of other people's lives, one another's lives. That's what happened with Epaphroditus here. That's what happened with Timothy here. They were written into Paul's letter to the Philippians. In a sense, think of your friends, your family, your neighbors. You and I are written into the letter of their lives in some way or another. May it be a word of light, of hope, of faith, of love. And that letter may well be unwritten. It probably will, but it's there in our hearts and souls as human beings. Thank you for being this light of Christ to others. Thank you for being the heartbeat of God. Know God's heartbeat for you. Know that you can get in touch with us at Centennial when you have a need to talk, and do connect with others in small groups and classes, and reach out to others to just ask how they're doing, just to be that listening ear, just to let people know that they matter, because we're all part of God's outreaching love in Jesus Christ. Thank you for being with me today. God bless you.